Hello everybody, I'm Kate and you are tuned into the Creative Women's League. Being a creative entrepreneur can be hard. No flowery language needed, it's just hard sometimes, that's it. But it doesn't have to be. And the CWL is here to help you glide through it beautifully and create the life you love. Via motivation, inspiration, know-how, and community, the CWL has your back. So what you waiting for? Come join us. Get on Instagram at Creative Women's League or into our Facebook group. Just search Creative Women's League on Facebook and we will pop up. I am so happy to have you here. Whether you're watching via YouTube or you're listening on iTunes or Podbean, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this Mindful Monday. Mindful Mondays is bringing you your motivation every Monday. We have been doing these since the start and I just adore them and I love that you guys adore them too. So wherever you are tuning in, please subscribe so you don't miss an episode. We wouldn't want that now, would we? We're talking butts today, but don't worry, it is butt with one T, not butts with two T's. One of my favorite movies ever is Pee-wee's Big Adventure, and in there, Pee-wee is talking to his new friend, Simone, about her dreams and aspirations. She wants to go to Paris more than anything. When Pee-wee encourages her to go for it and achieve her dreams, she responds with, "I know, but..." Pee-wee responds by saying, "But what? Everyone I know has a big butt." Let's talk about your big butt, Simone. So I'd like to talk about your big butt today. Now, we have talked before about self-limiting beliefs in various ways. But today we're going to talk about the worst kind of self-limiting belief you are putting out into the world. This is when your big butt comes into play and it counts you out before you ever have a chance. What is with that? Tell me if you've ever had a scenario like this. You've decided on your dream job. You know what it is. You know the elements that it would have. Or maybe you know exactly where you'd work, exactly how much you'd get paid, what your vacation time would be used up for, and which mug you would buy to take to work every day. So you're telling your friends about your dream job, you know exactly what you want, and then you say, but they would never hire me because I fill in the BS here. Do you know that for a fact? Like, for a fact. Somebody told you specifically that they aren't going to hire you because you would like a week off in July. You're sure? See, I don't think you are. Here's the big problem. A lot of us count ourselves out of the game before it's even started. Why the hell would you do that? Now, as the queen of people who count themselves out before they've even begun, I gotta say, I'm seeing through your BS. Don't tell me that you can't create a big Instagram following because of the algorithm. Don't tell me that you can't become a niche-specific blogger because you've heard the community is really cutthroat. Don't tell me you can't start a podcast because nobody's gonna listen to it. You are counting yourself out! Let everybody else do it. Let people do what they're gonna do. If you start your food blog and other food bloggers are so horrible that they are going to message you, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Maybe that should be the name of the episode. Crossing bridges when we come to them. If you sit and in your daydreams you are deciding all the reasons why it's not going to work, can I ask you just to decide some reasons why it is gonna work? I'd love to live in Nashville, but nobody's gonna rent me with this dog. Why don't you try and see first and not decide what other people are going to do to you, for you, about you? I'd love to sell these portraits, but nobody is gonna spend $90 on them. That is not your decision to make. You don't get to decide what other people are going to do. You don't. I'm not going to allow it anymore. What you are going to do is make the best quality you can. You are going to put out your art. You're going to put your content out into this world, and then people are going to find you, and they get to decide if you are for them or not. But you don't get to decide that. Stop. Here's the problem. There is going to be 1,000 reasons why something is not going to work out for you. That's just how it goes. On the flip side, there's going to be 1,000 reasons why it is going to work out for you. Why don't we focus on those instead of on the big buts? Dr. Phil says something along the lines of, But means forget everything I just said before that word. It's made me really aware of how I use it. Because I've said things like, oh, yeah, of course I could do that, but whatever comes after that but is more important than what I said before it. That's it. So if I say, yeah, I could start a YouTube, but nobody's going to watch it. What I really just said is, I don't think anybody's going to watch my YouTube. That's all I needed to say. The rest were just words that I threw in to make everybody feel better about the exchange. You know this is a dear subject to me because I started a podcast thinking maybe I'd have 5 people listen to it. Like my mom, my dad, my boyfriend. Okay, maybe 3 people would listen to it. The first day I got over 100 downloads. What? My butts could have never imagined that. I didn't have 100 people that I thought would be interested in what I had to say. And now as the Instagram gets more and more popular, I mean, it's just mind-boggling. And I counted myself out for 2.5 years before that. I put it out in the world what everybody else was going to do to react to me. I knew better than everybody else. I'd love to start a podcast, but it's really hard and time-consuming, and it's just not going to work for me. See how the second part of the sentence is the only part that mattered? Choose your words wisely. Check out your butts. By the way, a lot of your butts are really ridiculous. I've said it before that when I went to start the podcast, I said, I'd start it right now, but entrepreneurs are really busy this time of year. Entrepreneurs are really busy every time of year. It is always going to be like pulling teeth to get certain people on the show. And now I wouldn't trade it for anything. By the way, I just heard myself say that and I really realized I mean it. I really wouldn't trade it for anything. What's your big butt? Why are you letting your big butt hold you back? Fear? Are you worried that you're too inept to start? Do you fear the hard work ahead? Worried you're going to fail? I have a feeling you're even more worried it's going to be a success. You can't picture that, but it's absolutely possible. And please, stop choosing things for me. The next time you say but, I want you to think of it that way. The next time you decide why something won't work with no research behind that, I want you to think about it that way. You're making a choice for me. By not putting your stuff out there because you think that I won't like it, I never get to make that call. Let us make that call. Let us choose you. By the way, check out all the ridiculous things on the internet that have huge followings. Like, come on, go out there, be authentic, put your butts away. If you are letting your excuses choose what you do and do not achieve, that's a real bummer. The world wants you. The world's excited about you. Get fearless. Get out there. Don't be afraid to go with the flow. Let it happen. Let us choose that we want to see you. Don't you choose for us that we don't. It's not fair. Don't be mean. The world gets one shot to know you. One shot to know you. Please don't rob us of that. We really want to see what you're creating. One recommendation is if you keep hearing excuses pop up in your head, just jot them down in your phone really quick. A couple days later, you might realize, whoa, that's a bunch of BS. I know I did. I started to hear all my BS and I was just like, could not believe I was just spouting off such crap. So I hope you get over to the Facebook group. Tonight we're going to be discussing excuses, why you used some of your past excuses, the disservice they did you, all these awesome things. You know, this community is so much fun. Did I tell you that? Did I tell you I feel that way? Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you so much. I will see you over on Instagram. And of course, we will be back with another awesome episode on Wednesday.